Hey everybody, Forrest Outdoors here. Welcome to another episode. We're excited. We've got the new boat here in the garage. In the last segment, we showed you how to upgrade the software on your Lowrance Live units. This time we're going to show you some of the customizations that we do to the unit before we get out on the water. So check it out. All right, so everybody's a little different on how they like their setup, what they want set up on the Lowrance unit. This is my preference. This is what I do on my Lowrance 9 units when I go out on the water to make sure these things are functioning at its optimal level for me. Everybody's gonna be different. You're gonna make your own tweaks and adjustments. So take this as a recommendation, adjust it how you see fit, but hopefully these tips are gonna help you when you get your units installed in your boat next time you're out on the water. So I've got two Lowrance Live units on the console of my boat. I've got one on the bow. These are 9-inch units. These are mounted on a Nitro Z19 with a precision sonar mount. I love these mounts because they are sturdy. They are hard as a rock. They're durable, and I can sit here and shake them and they're not gonna wobble. Whether I'm driving down the road, whether I'm pulling up on them to get up out of the boat, to get up in the front deck, or I'm driving 70 miles an hour down the lake, these are sturdy and they're not gonna move, vibrate, or adjust abruptly when I don't want them to. So precision sonar is a great mount for these boats. Now, let's get into how I set these things up. All right, so first things first, I've got two units side by side mounted on my console. My personal preference is I'm gonna focus on the left one first. The left one, I'm gonna have two items going. I'm gonna have my mapping, and I'm probably gonna have some sort of sonar or down scan. This gives me the flexibility to both see what's on my mapping while I'm driving down the lake, but also as I'm running, because I have an in-hull transducer, I can see my speed and I can see some mapping of the lake as I drive down whatever body of water that I'm on. So now this is a simple setting that's already set up in the unit. I go to my home page. You've got your settings here on the right side of the screen. All right, you've got your sonar, you've got your side scan, you've got your sonar with your side scan, and so on and so forth down the line. You can hit the plus button at the bottom to get a whole new setting, but because I like this initial one, I'm gonna go ahead and click it. All right, when I do, I'm gonna go to my power button. I'm gonna go to my adjust split, and I'm simply just gonna move that over to the right. And the reason for that is when I'm running down the lake, I still want to see my sonar, but I want to see the majority of my map on the left side of the screen. You can switch it, you can put it on either side that you want, but I like to have that mapping there, and I want to see more of my mapping than I do on my sonar. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. That's going to save that on my screen, and now I've got the setting that I want. I'm going to go ahead back in, hit the power button. I'm going to go to data overlay. And also on this side, let's hit that again. So now it's showing my data overlay. I'm gonna edit my overlay. I'm gonna go up to menu. I'm gonna go to add, and it comes standard with speed over ground, okay? It's got depth, it's got water temperature. I'm gonna go to other and just kind of click around to see what's available. I'd like to have my voltage up on the screen just to know what I'm constantly running with my trolling motor batteries as well as my cranking battery. I definitely want the time, because you always got to know what time it is. You've got date, you've got local date and time. I'm just going to go ahead and go with the time. Really don't care what date it is, because I'm out on the water and I'm fishing. So that's a good date. Okay, I'm going to look around a little bit more. Do I want to do anything with the trip, my odometer, distance? I'm good there. I don't want speed through water. Let's go ahead and click on structured depth. I'm gonna have it down there over on my sonar, but it's nice just to have it up on the screen. I'm gonna exit out. Now, you've got different highlighted buttons here on the left that puts a square around whichever item I'm looking at. For me personally, I wanna change the size of my speed over ground. Okay, so I'm gonna go to configure. Now it gives me the ability to invert the text, change it to a white color. I can do a caption on it. I can do a bezel around it so it really sticks out there up in their corner. And I'm going to go with a medium size. I can go extra large if I've got trouble seeing. I can go to large. There's different options. I like that medium so it stands out a little bit. Okay, now I can go to back. I can just drag and drop these out of the way. I want to go with my supply voltage next. Okay, I want to put a bezel around it just so I can clearly see it. All right, then I'm going to go look at the next one. And I'm going to do this for every setting that I have, just to make sure that it's in my comfort zone and I can see the information that I need to see. Once that is set up, I can go ahead and hit save. And now my settings are set up, how I need to see them, what I need to see them, and what I'm looking at while I'm driving down on the water. Now, as I look at this unit, I notice that maybe I've got structure and depth up here twice. So I'm going to go ahead and select the one that I do not want there. I can simply hit delete, and that takes that off the screen. Now that I've got my left graph set up how I want it, I've got all the information displayed, I've got it laid out how I like. Now I've got the flexibility on my right screen to do a couple different things. Usually when I'm running down the lake, I like to have 2 sets of maps running. So a lot of times I'll run down the lake just like this, only because I have the ability to zoom in on a particular spot that I want to see. But on the right side, I can open up that mapping and I can look at a larger view so that when I'm running down the lake, I know the area that I want to go, but I know the specifics that I can get to when I start looking at my mapping here. The other options that I have on the right side is when I'm actually fishing or scanning, I'm going to want to have some sort of combined view such as this, but we're going to adjust it a little bit. We're going to go structure scan, and we're going to go down scan. But I don't like the way this is configured. I want to go more of a vertical setting. Okay, perfect. And the reason that I like this setting is I've got a full window left to right on what my side scan unit is showing me, and I also have the ability to see down imaging. So now when I'm doing some scanning, I've got my map, I've got sonar, I've got down imaging, and I've got side scan. I can take this unit because I don't want to see as much down imaging. I can go to my power button again. I can go to, I don't want to go to edit overlay just yet, so I'll hit cancel. But I want to move this unit up further. So I'm going to adjust my splits. I'm going to scroll up so I get more of the side imaging that I want to see here and less of the down imaging. I'm going to hit save, and there's my setting. This is basically how I set up my unit. The only change I might make is you can set it up to where you've got your right side imaging on the right side and your left side imaging on the left side. This is something that Jacob Wheeler likes to do. It works very well for him. I've tried it out in the past and I'm getting used to it. So it's something where you can adjust this however you like, get as creative as you need to be, and it's great functionality, a great system to really customize this to what works best for you. So those are my tips on how I set up visually my unit. I hope this has been a really instrumental and educational experience for you. These have really helped me out on the water the last couple years. I hope they help you out next time you're out fishing. So y'all take care. See you soon, and good fishing.